where I can't remember the places that it hurt, can't remember the wounds that bleed, the scars that are not healed. I can't feel my face. Can't distinguish the cracks in my appearance as cognac welded me and masked unevenly, leaving pieces of my pain to spill from the guts of this temporary courage. And shots of vodka become accelerant to the heated words spewing from the pit of my broken bourbon, dressing up my anger for matches of you don't understand my pain. As rum rattles a category 5 tsunami of tears I can feel as I won't remember how they tasted of salt after the sunrise of tequila washes away memories of vulnerable moments spoken at nightfall where fireballs of trauma escape the hell in my heart. A long island of desolation as Bloody Marys hide away my reflection from mirrors in this drunken grin of gin, reviving the corpse of my emotions as my ties to pain loosens for the lust of lush, leaving lost love and last words I've been chewing on the broken glass of these bottles. Just to comfort the teething of this broken heart, drinking the smiles of Moscow mules just to mimic their happiness. Turning the water from my lids into my joy of wine. What a miracle. These bottles, fooling onlookers to see jolly instead of drowning as I swim hastily from bottle to bottle just to taste the oneness with broken. As the moon shines light on layers of lonely, layers of lesions, layers of emotions left unkept, awaiting alcohol just to heal me with its burn. Like the alchemy of my anatomy is purely dependent upon the ethanol saturating the fermented tears dripping from the lids of my blurred visions. As whiskey swiftly sours my expressions into aggression, aggressively expressing my disposition of life through let's take another shot. Hoping to cure myself and others with a double take of this life. And please, bartender, I don't need any ice watering down this moment instilled inside of my trigger soothing as Jaeger bombs blow up moods into modes of coping mechanisms, hoping to find survival in broken bottles because all I want is a way to meet peace, a chance to stretch my lungs and breathe out the pain without having alcohol provide a stage to aid my recovery, sending me down a spiral of binging on my burdens because all I got are these broken clocks and these broken bottles leaving trails of booze so that you can witness this broken heart form. Thank y'all.
What's up, world? It's your girl, Tamika Georgia Me Harper. And when I'm listening to podcasts, I want the real deal. So I listen to Spoken Soul Sessions with my man, Poetic Black.
What's up, everybody? This your girl, Ebony the Goddess. And when I'm in these poetic streets going from venue to venue, I'm tuning in to Spoken Soul Sessions with Poetic Black.
Spoken Soul Sessions.
You ready, my man?
With Poetic Black.
Ain't nothing holding me back but me, and who's holding you but you.
Check this out, man.
Spoken Soul Sessions.
Oh my God.
This is Spoken Soul Sessions with Poetic Black.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Bold stances and lewd advances got us here.
You are listening to Spoken Soul Sessions with Poetic Black.
We'll start from scratch, exploring new possibilities. Welcome to another episode of Spoken Soul Sessions. I'm your host, Poetic Black, and I'm happy to be here. Spoken Soul family, what's good? We got another dope show lined up for you guys today. I hope you're on your path today. I hope you're not allowing anyone or anything impede your progress. I hope you focus on the goal. Today is the day we shine, and I need us to get in tuned. We got work to do, family. Let's get to it. Spoken Soul family, what's good? What's good? Oh man, we got another dope show lined up for you guys today. Oh man, it's my profound pleasure to bring my guests in the studio today. Definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, one of my favorite artists. But let me give this beautiful queen the proper introduction that she deserves. I'm talking about none other than Lati D Shay, national award-winning poetess, born and bred on the west side of Chicago, mother of two kings. Lati has been in tune with the rhythm of words. She has written and published 5 books, which are all available on Amazon for purchase. She is also a member of the Poet Collective, People of Extraordinary Talent, and the Deadly Pens Poetry Collectives. A 5-time published author, Spoken Soul family. It's my profound pleasure to welcome to the studio the lovely, beautiful, incomparable Lati D Shay.
What's going on, Poetic Black?
Oh man, I'm in heaven right now. I'm in heaven right now because I'm a huge fan. I am a huge fan. Now, let me tell my audience how I came across this lovely spoken word artist. You know, you guys, I went over to Clubhouse. I took Spoken Soul Sessions over to Clubhouse, trying to engage new audience. And when I went over there, there's a plethora of so many dope, fantastic artists, but one stood out from the rest. As you guys can hear in the initial piece that we played in the beginning of the show, that was yours truly, Miss Lati D Shay. You hear the passion, you hear the pain, you hear the grit. It's something reminiscent for me. Sonny Patterson is one of my favorite artists, and you are so reminiscent of her in your cadence, the way you give so much. It's so much, like, I don't want to, it's like seasoning. You give a certain type of seasoning in your cadence when you're spitting there, and it's felt. It's like it's food for the soul. And it was a beautiful poem, as you guys heard that, man. But Miss Lati D Shay is definitely one of my favorite poets that I've encountered over there on Clubhouse, man. Phenomenal artist, man. I want to welcome you to the studio. How you doing, Queen? What's good with you?
Man, I'm just happy to be here. I'm excited for the show. Man, I just can't wait to see what's to come. I'm very, very honored to be here.
That's
on the Spoken Soul Sessions.
That's what it is, man. I love the way you say it too, man. I love the way you say it. But I got to get the formalities out of the way, man, because I asked this one question to all of my guests who come on the show, because I like to get the perspective of different artists. We think different. Poets, we think different. And I gotta ask you, Lati D Shay, because I'm very interested in hearing your reply to this question. Why poetry Why spoken word?
For me, it's one statement that got poetry for me, and it was in the beginning there was the word, and everything was created from the word. So poetry is just a way of creation. So I just love the rhythm of words and how they dance. You can say almost anything to get a message across, and just God uses me as a vehicle to get across messages. But God say, do it in your own tone, do it in your own way. And poetry has been that vehicle for me to get my message, or to get God's message across to whoever is receptive to my words.
Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So many different artists, they give so many different replies, but the constant theme, that you get, is along those lines of the power of the spoken word. The word has the power to heal. You can destroy a person with your words. You can cause trauma with your words, mentally scar people with your words, emotionally scar them. But you can also uplift. You can also, vindicate with words.
Absolutely.
And it's a beautiful thing, man, when you have artists who know the power that they hold and they use it responsibly. You are a phenomenal artist, man. You have so much range. I want to ask you, where do you get your inspiration? Where you draw most of your inspiration from?
Man, just everyday life. I could be sitting and a thought will come across my mind and it'll turn into a poem. Or I could be driving. Most of the time I'm driving when I get my thoughts. So I have to go ahead and turn on my voice memo and put that thought to the voice pad so I can go back and write on it. But life itself, I mean, you can find poetry in life. Life is poetry. So everything is inspired by life. Yeah.
You can tell. You can tell the art of certain artists who really draws from life's well. I'm one of those artists that I don't write unless I feel it. I gotta feel it. I gotta be in tune with whatever I'm writing about. And it's life circumstances. Sometimes the things that, affect me personally, but then there's other times when I'm just looking at the world and seeing what's out there and, how it's affecting me and how it's affecting everyone else. And sometimes I just feel that need to write about it. So it can be very prophetic. It can be very prophetic. You hear people using the word, it's a prophecy. They're getting it from inspiration, not from themselves, but from a higher source. And I think a lot of poets go through that and they don't really know how to really identify what it is, but it's very powerful, and
it is.
Yeah, definitely, man. You're definitely one of those artists that bring it across. It's a certain type of grit, it's a certain type of realness that you can really resonate with in your work. And my audience is going to be privy to that today. I'm excited because y'all gonna see why I be geeking out and all that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I heard some news about you. Yeah, I heard some news. I heard you was nominated and won your first national spoken word award, man. Tell us a little bit about that. What's that about? Talk about it.
To my surprise. We just had the National Spoken Word Awards here in Chicago just the 3rd of September. And, I was nominated in a few categories, man, up against some really big and beautiful names. I mean, some gorgeous poets that, bring that grit and that girth and to be able to even just take that win home as the best female artist of the year for 2023 was just I still can't believe. I look at that thing today and be like, I just know.
I voted for you. I'm letting you know I voted for you. I definitely voted for you, man. And yeah, man, I was rooting for you. I really was rooting for you, man, because I think you deserved it. I think you deserved it. You was definitely up against some heavy hitters, because I had Black Ice on the show a few weeks ago. I had Black Ice on the show, and we were talking about it, and he was like, it's a really close race. This was before the actual event, and he was like, it's really close, and he mentioned your name. He also mentioned Ebony the Goddess, and it was
my sis,
yeah,
I love her.
yeah, the queen. You know Ebony. She came on the show, man. She turned out, and yeah, it was big competition, man, because you and Ebony are two great, phenomenal artists. You know, I really appreciate both y'all work on Clubhouse, the work that you really spread through Clubhouse. And y'all both powerful artists in your own right. Different ways, but in your own right, y'all both powerful artists. So to be in that category with her, you know, and to come out with the win, you know, I know it meant a lot, you know, because the competition was very steep. You had some powerhouses in that category, man, and you came out victorious. Like, tell us how it felt when you walked up on that stage and got that award.
I mean, I'm still in disbelief. Like, it really, it almost scared me. Like, what does this mean? So, it was just me. I still haven't taken in the win because I'm still in disbelief, because there was so many phenomenal artists in that category that I look up to personally as a writer, and they have like influenced me, and I just look at their craft and be like, man, they are really in their poetry bag. So it was just like a eye opener for me to take myself a little bit more seriously as a writer, as a poet, because you know sometimes we have that imposter syndrome, and so yeah.
Man, I know it was amazing, man. That's a great honor, you know, a very prestigious award for our genre. And shout out to Black Ice for you know, curating such a powerful event, man. To give back to the artists, man, because that recognition means a lot. It means a lot amongst your peers, that you're recognized, that your work is not going in vain. So yeah, shout out to you. Congratulations. That was a great win. Oh man. Now, you are author of 5. Now, she's a 5-time published author. 5. You've been writing, man. Your pen go off. You got 4 poetry books. We're gonna get into those, and you got 1 novel. So I know your pen go off. You got a quick pen. You know, you got that many books. Tell us about it. The first book. I seen this the title, and I was like, yo, the title is a poem in itself. Soaked in Melanin. I love that title. This was your first debut book. Tell us a little bit about this one.
So this was released in October of 2020. So it's just a collective of everything I've written over the years, taken and putting in one book. So there are poems, there are affirmations, and there are 2 short stories in that book. So it was just a collection of, you know, thoughts I had as a melanin woman, and my environment, all soaked into that book itself. So everything I've ever written put into that book.
Wow, that's phenomenal, because the title alone, man, I'm like, soaked in melanin. It can mean so much, you know. The melanin that's in our skin is the very thing that we're envied for. You know, the very thing that we're cursed for. You know, the hue in our skin. We're ostracized, marginalized, oppressed, and persecuted all over the world because we have dark skin. And it's the melanin that makes us dark. It's what gives us our hue. you know, and it's crazy, you know, so much things is attached to our skin color, but this is the very thing that they want so much of. They did the new research that's coming out about the melanin and all the things that the melanin can do. I just heard that it's a powerful conductor, you know, of keeping data and things of that nature. So they want the melanin. We're envied for having it in plentiful amounts. And that title, soaked in melanin, you know, I think, you know, just visualizing it, all of the things that come with this precious gift, you know, and I think that's powerful, man. I think that's powerful. Like I want the audience to kind of get acclimated to who Lati D Shay is as an artist.
Absolutely.
You know, why Poetic Black is a fan. You know what I'm saying? I don't be a fanboy for everybody. I'm not. I'm really not. You know what I'm saying? I'm really tough, you know. But I get geeky for certain artists. Certain artists I just get geeky for, man. You're definitely one of them. So I want my audience to know, you know, why I feel why I talk so highly about your pen. So let me set the stage up for you. Coming to the stage to perform her first piece, let's give a warm welcome for the queen, Lati D Shay.
I seen a man eat his flesh, unable to digest the consequences of his sin, as he repeated cycles like cyclone, creating enough curvature in his curses to cause chaos to be continuous in future generations. Unconsciously cultivating cancerous culture. I really seen man, y'all. Seen a man kill himself 1,000 times over just to align with the respect from a man who never even tasted loyalty in the actions of his tongue. I have seen a man drink his tears in fear that if they were to fall into the earth's surface, he would be castrated by the rivers of rage held in his belly as he birthed anger in the pits of his soul. Have you ever seen a man? Really seen man, black man. I once seen a man's eyes as they bubbled over in the responsibility that was tied to his ankles like shackles, looking to exhaust life from his expectations. I seen a man hide inside of the in-depth layers of toxic masculinity, too ashamed to explore his softer sense of desires, trapped in the gender roles that eroded his intestines with the masculine mass just to mask pain that made life a harder place to live in. My eyes, they have witnessed men drowning in their foreign bodies, unfamiliar with balance, unable to level up or level out the playing field of life. So life always seems unfair when he goes up to bat against his own awareness. I seen a man bare his blood just to paint the poetry of strength on his manly mane of misery, decorating his limbs in the constructs of society while chewing the skin of black boy joy. But only when eyes are away for a moment's peace, as public eyes of judgment smell the scent of happiness like havoc and preys upon the black man, capturing him in stereotypical cages, because black boy joy be ailment of the heart to pale figures, plaguing smiles with disparity, disputing laughter with languages of the tongue that should have been buried with the demons of this realm. I have seen a black man be hated for existence, beaten for absorbing the rays of sunlight buried beneath the barriers that backdates to the brutal battles of our ancestors, bludgeoning them over the head with elusive freedom that would cost a spirit to experience and cast lost souls from this dimension, leaving sarcophagus or maybe coffin to hold the abundance of their beauty like treasure. But be aware of the glory of my eyes, because I have seen a man shine despite of, thrive despite of, laugh despite of, cry despite of, cleanse despite of, renew, heal, and become whole despite of the target that has been placed upon his divinity. And even though he has been denied his right to bear the same color skin as the one who sacrificed blood for sin in the ordinance of those who shame God, I have seen our black men be power. So black man, just know that you are seen, and oh my, what a beautiful sight to see, my black man. Please let your skin be your peace. Poem.
My God. My God. My God, my God. Whew. That was heavy. That was heavy. The concrete images in this. You said cycles like cyclones. Mm-hmm. Cycles like cyclones. Whoa, man. This piece right here is heavy, man. This was epic, Queen. This was epic.
Thank you.
I wanted you to come off like, damn, you just blew the hinges off the, whoa. Oh, man, this was powerful. This was powerful. You just mentioned so many things that me as a black man, that I resonate with. Hearing your words is like you hear us. You see us. You see what's going on. And it's like you're writing about it. You're writing to our truths. And this was powerful. Talk to us a little bit about this piece. What inspired this? What was the straw that broke the camel's back that made your pen touch the paper like that, just molest the paper? Talk to us. Wow.
Absolutely. Man, I wrote this piece to kind of like give a light to the things that black men go through, because when people sometimes they put it in a negative connotation, but despite the environmental flaws that we have, because we are starting at the line for defeat when we birth. When black men are birthed, they started at the line to be defeated. So this piece was just kind of letting them know that, I see the struggles you're going through. I see the battles, the inner battles you go through to try to live up to a society who failed you from the beginning. And I'm so proud that y'all thrive and be successful despite of all of the environmental flaws that's hindering y'all and holding y'all back. So that was important for me to portray that y'all making it despite what the society put against y'all making it despite of, and we appreciate that.
Oh man, that's like an ode, and like we can hear in this poem how much you love us, and this is what's needed. This is the reason why you don't hear the Lati D Shays on every station in heavy rotation. I heard Tank say one time, I found it interesting. I heard Tank say, he said, that song by Sam Smith, that Stay With Me song, he said, it's in heavy rotation on all those stations. He said, if I sung a song like that, it would get low bandwidth. It wouldn't be everywhere. And they asked him why, and he said, because it's not our violence that they're scared of. They're scared of our love. They're scared of what we can create when we love each other. So you see all of these government subsidies that's geared towards dividing the family. If a sister or a family is doing bad, the man is not working or whatever the case may be, but they don't got enough to make ends meet. You tell the woman, in order for you to get subsidies, you got to get rid of him, get rid of the father. So in essence, what are you really trying to accomplish? You're trying to say that you're trying to help, but you're really not. And and the poem spoke to that, man. I got all of that. And that was a beautiful ode, sis. That was a beautiful ode, powerful, very lucid. And your descriptions, you got that Sonny in you, man. You got that Sonny Patterson, that little drawl, that little, that little umph that you do with your cadence, man, that just make it like, that's it right there. I'm telling you. But you guys can see now you guys can see why I be getting geeky and all that. Why I get geeky. You know, I get geeky when Lati be spitting. You know what I mean? But let's talk about this novel real quick. Let's talk about this novel, Broken Blood Bonds. Broken Blood Bonds. Now you making me. I gotta go and on Amazon and get this, man. You need to give me all those links, and I'm gonna post those links in the description of this podcast when I air it, so people can just hit those links and just take them right to the book. But I'm interested in this book, Broken Blood Bonds. I'm gonna get it too, and I'm gonna take a picture when I get it, and I'm gonna I'm gonna read this joint. So tell us about it. What's going on in this book? A little sneak peek. No, don't give too much that they don't want to buy it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
It's about a young girl going through a tragedy at a young age, and how her environment affected her life. Just how we raised in the hood, and the environment of the hood can very much be detrimental to your growth, your mental growth, your physical growth, and it's about her just going down a slope in life, and all the things and possibilities that you can go through in this environment, man, because the concrete jungle ain't no joke.
Facts.
And so you can caught up in drugs, and because this is what it's about. It's an urban lit book. So drugs and sex and scandals and death and jail and kind of mother issues and all the things that we as Black people experience, that kind of like have an effect on how we grow and how we be successful or not be successful. So yeah.
Oh man. Now let me ask you, you're from Chicago. You was born and raised in Chicago?
Born and raised.
Born and raised. Now I got a special love for Chicago. This is this is one of the cities that got on my bucket list to perform. I haven't performed in Chicago. And I really want to perform in Chicago.
We got to change that.
Yeah, facts, man. Because I feel a certain love for Chicago poets. There's a poet by the name of Malik Yusef. You ever hear him?
Malik Yusef, I've heard of him.
Oh man, this brother.
Big name here.
Yeah, he's profound, man. He's a profound. I wish to have him on the show at some point in time. I can reach out to him, but this brother right here is a profound artist, man. He really, I really resonate with what he was talking about in his poetry, because he give you his spoken word from a realistic point of view, but from a street level. Not from the level of the penthouse looking out or from the window looking out, but from street level, on boots on the ground. And I appreciate that type of spoken word. I appreciate that type of vulnerability to be able to come and express it. And you just drenched in it. You're drenched in it, man. So I definitely want to get this book, the Broken Blood Bonds. I want to get this book and see what's going on in the, you know what I'm saying? See what's going on in the mind of Lati. See what's going on in her mind. You know what I'm saying? See what her head be thinking about and all that. But but you have a new book. You have a new book. Now this book right here just dropped. It just dropped this year. You know what I'm saying? I've been hearing things about this book. You've been going on little tours. I've been seeing the book all over the place. And tell me about this book right here, man. This is Riddle in My Thoughts. Riddle in My Thoughts. So tell us about this.
Oh man, this is my favorite books thus far. I guess the last book should be your favorite book.
Of course, it gotta be. That's the best one.
right. That's the best one thus far. But it's really reflective. It has all my reflective pieces where I get to go in and dig into myself as a person, dig in some of society's constraints that have affected me as a woman, as a Black woman. Just like some of the names that's in there is like a dinner of darkness, you ain't nothing but a dog, If I Could Worship Diamonds, like kind of a full circle for me in reflection and how my life has been going and the lessons I've pulled out of some of the things that I went through, and just trying to shine some light. So with me, my poems, they never end in disdain or I never leave you in darkness. I always try to give you some form of hope or affirmation that, you know, this too shall pass. And I kind of live by that when I'm writing poetry, because why give a message if the message isn't complete? It's just some of the things you know, some of the rules I live by when writing. So this book is very heavy on reflection, self-reflection. So it encourages others to just take a look at themselves and kind of dig at some of the roots, generational curses, some self-inflicted pain that we may have, just, you know, right around that realm of work. Yeah, so I'm really proud of this one.
Yeah, man. Everybody got
all of them, but this is the one. This is the
one y'all gotta go get. This now. What's the price range of your books? What they go for?
Anywhere from I think like $5 up into $20. So yeah.
Okay, now the latest one, the brand new one. What's that's going for? And is it available on Amazon?
Yeah, it's available on Amazon, and it's I think $20 on Amazon if I'm not mistaken.
All right, they ain't bad at all. They ain't gonna break nobody. $20, and it's a keepsake. It's a keepsake. I definitely got to get the book, man, because I keep different artists. I got a lot of different artists and a little library of different artists across the nation. You know what I'm saying? So I got to keep my library a little, you know what I'm saying, good. You know, I got to have Lati up in my library. But I
try to support most of the artists that I know dropping a book, because that's a big accomplishment. That's like you birthed your big baby right there. So yeah,
indeed. Now, growing up in Chicago, how has that affected your pen? Because we look on the news, you know, your boots on the ground in Chicago. I know when I see Chicago, I hear all the stories, and I know the media kind of hype things up. But it looks like it's bad over there. Like people be getting just killed, just going to get a cup of coffee, just get shot and killed. It's just another day. You know, is it like that in Chicago? And if it is like that, how has that affected your pen?
I mean, Chicago is special. Very much so. Beautiful city. And you know, I think everybody that lives here have a love-hate relationship with Chicago, because it's the most beautiful thing you will ever experience. At the same time, some people like in this environment, like from the hood, maybe, because I'm from the hood. we experience death in that way, murder and gunshots. We experience all that. We also experience stuff like cancer, being from the food being not as good. So we experience a lot. But it builds soldiers. We strong. I don't think Chicago, nobody else can come and live in Chicago and be satisfied with Chicago, but they'll see the beauty in it. Because it's just as much a beautiful city as it is ugly. And sometimes you take the good with the bad, but we always want better. So we try to encourage the youth and the younger ones. I see programs out there trying to get people off the streets, because it's just young people being so caught up in the mindset of guns, and you know, guns being given freely here. You can get it off the freight train when it go by slowly. You know, things that's done purposeful for our young kids to keep themselves wrapped up in violence, and yeah, that's the ugly part of it. And if we can fix that, Chicago will be so much more beautiful. Wow,
man, that is amazing. It's amazing because it's a rich city. It's a rich place, man. Like I feel New York and Chicago are kindred. They're very kindred, man. And I really resonate with people from Chicago, people that's in the hood and that's struggling, because I can really identify with it. And when I hear the voices of Chicago, it moves me like I hear people from New York. When I hear people from New York spit, the New York poetry moved me a different way, you know, when I hear artists from New York, because it resonates with me. But the place that resonates with me just as much as New York is Chi-Town, man. For real, man. So I know some deep things going out there.
It's rich in history. It's rich in value. It's rich in a lot of things. You know, it just some unfortunate things happen here because, you know, that's how the system's set up here. So, yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is. But we want to get back into some spoken word with you before we got something else we got to talk about. But we're going to talk about that after you bless us with another piece. So let me set the mood up and set the stage back up for you. Coming back to the stage, let's give a warm welcome for the incomparable Lati D Shay.
Pills and potions, we're overdosing. I'm angry, but I still love you. Caught up in your web of lies. I guess I'm Charlotte, but my spider senses, they never silenced the songs you sung into my soul, and somewhere along the lines I got lost in the lyrics of your tongue. As I lusted over your words, knowing they never came fully dressed in truth, but it was something about the way they stroked the pieces of me that longed for love. So I set by my decision to handicap your growth with my forgiveness that required no actions on your part, and parts of me struggled with pretending to be blind just to be with you. And the dead man tells no tales, so I killed myself just to hold on to your lies as my truth, and you became my addiction. As I fixated on the day where beasts were formed into beauty, but the bells never rung with reality, and I just beat myself up for prolonging this storyline. But every time you sang your sweet lullabies, baby, it put my third eye back to sleep, dumbing my intuition down into mere bellyache, seeking validation from the glare of your eyes because they performed love so well, and every stare acted as if I was the only love interest. So I suited up for the role, and every day I auditioned for a permanent position in your life, and I lost a little authenticity of self while faking happy, and this fucked up situation became my emblem of real love. And I know I lack self-love, so some love was better than no love, even if I had to cut myself to prove I'll heal. Not recognizing that some cuts leave keloids, and loving you was equivalent to self-harming me, because even if it burned, baby, that means there is still love. So I called myself believing I could still love until God called my name and said, be still, love. And I stood there in reflection, feeling ashamed, covered in scars that proclaim unconditional love as slander, because I conditioned my heart to greet pain as strength. I was insane as shit, so I had to reclaim my grit by grounding myself around the girth of growth, silencing your tempo with my newfound appreciation of my temple, never having to tiptoe around my confidence. Because this new foundation, baby, it was built over some heavy shit, and I stopped letting your song sway the rhythm of my heart as it now hummed hymns of healing, laying your love language to rest, because heaven is no place for hellraisers to live in, and I praise self with birth. And it may sound easy, but hell, this poem is just a small fragment of the disgruntled shadow work, making sure that I can never be easily persuaded by the performance of your shallow words. And it came at a price of uneasy, and I paid myself back in change. And even though the process to heal was hard and long, I can never get caught up in your web of lies again. In my heart, nigga, it no longer dances at the sounds of your songs. Pills and potions, we're overdosing. I'm angry, but I still love you.
Oh, damn it, man. Oh, my goodness, man. Oh, man. Lati, I don't know why you're doing this to me, man. I don't even think this is an interview no more. I think I'm just a fan, you know, in the one-man audience. You know, and I got you all to myself, you know what I mean? Nobody else. Wow, man. I'm really like a fan right now. This was This was beautiful.
Thank you.
This was absolutely, love. I often write about love. And love is oftentimes misconstrued. A lot of times people mistake love for infatuation.
Absolutely.
For obsession, for lust, or whatever you want to call it. But that emotion of love, one thing that I found to be true about it is that it's reciprocal. And it always comes back. It's like a reflection. When you go in the mirror, you're gonna see yourself. It always comes back. It matches. So I call love a balance, because like in the tug of war, when two teams are matched in strength, what happens is it's a balance. It's a standstill. The flag won't move. The flag would just stay right there in the middle. That balance is what I view as love. And you caught the sentiment. This one part when you said, I just felt the hairs raise up on my arm. When you said, when God told you, be still.
Be still, love.
Be still, love. That's powerful. And a lot of times, a lot of our sisters, they get caught up with that dude, the slick dude, the dude with the cornrows. He got the
with
six
the nice
pack.
song. He's singing a nice song.
He's singing that melody. He's like the Pied Piper. He's selling it. He's singing that melody that it sounds good to you, got you grooving, but he mean good. So the lack of discernment amongst our young sisters out there today, it's unfortunate that they get this discernment when they get old after they go through the hardship. But poems like this, it prevents that. Poems like these prevents that from happening, where people can listen to these words and look at the hardship of what someone else went through and able to avert that same destination. And this right here was epic, man. This was epic because you were speaking to the heart of the matter, and it's so vindicating. It's so beautiful and refreshing when you can say, I am free of whatever bondage you are in. When you can say, I've conquered this. Some people become complacent to things in their life because they have a fear of starting over. They have a fear of, starting from scratch. But sometimes that's what you got to do. You got to start from scratch. And when you start from scratch, you can start building up with a stronger foundation. Lose that fear to start over. And what I heard in this poem is that you got it. Once you got it, you was like, that song don't work over here no more. It don't work over here no more. You ain't having me doing these things no more. And it's like powerful, man. It's just like liberating. And I really resonated with the sentiment of this poem. And this was a shout out to the sisters, man. To the sisters to have that discernment, have that, be aware. Everything that's sweet ain't sweet. He probably got the slick tongue, or he got the nice physique, or whatever the case may be, but it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. And this poem talks to that. This was a great epic poem, man. I don't know why you not on all the radio stations, man, with that. I'll buy, I'm telling you, man, I want front row seats, man, when you make it big. Don't forget the little people. Don't forget the little people. But I want to talk about something that's major. I want to talk about something that's major. You had the pleasure of being featured in the opening of the new movie, What a Difference a Dad Makes.
Yeah.
Your poem was chosen to lead this movie. Now that's a big honor right there. Cause I heard the poem, man. I went and listened to it, and the way it comes on, it's like, whoa. It's like it's heartfelt. You feel. I know why they put it in the beginning, because it's gonna draw people in. But tell us about this. How you get this opportunity to get your song or your poem in the credits of this movie? Talk about it a little bit.
Absolutely. So this filmmaker, Tarina Page, she has like a studio, and she was filming this, movie. She started with stage plays, but recently she did her first film, and she was like, what can I put in the beginning? And some of her and her cast members and her production crew was like, let's put a poem. And she's family, so she was like, I know who can do a poem. So she called me. She said, could you have me a poem in the next couple hours? I said, what? Yes.
Couple of hours.
Yes,
oh my God. That was a couple of hours. Oh, you guys gotta check this out, man. It's up on YouTube, right? It's up on YouTube.
Yes.
I want you to send me the link to that as well, because I'm gonna put that link in the description so people can go check that out. Yo, the poem draws you in. It draws you in. You guys got to listen to this. And now you're telling me you did that in a couple of hours. That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal.
She gave me the synopsis, and I just ran with what she gave me. Yeah.
Oh man, this is a major opportunity, man. This is what I see for spoken word. This was the reason, to be honest with you, why I started this podcast, because I'm a chef by trade. I'm a chef, you know what I'm saying? I'll be cooking it up, that's my number one passion. However, I'm also a spoken word artist. So during the pandemic, when, all the restaurants took the hits, they was closing all the restaurants down. So I had some money in my pocket, and I had time on my hands. So I was like, you know what? Let me create a podcast. And the podcast was dedicated to spoken word artists, like those artists that we knew. Me being a performance artist myself, I rub elbows with a lot of different artists across the nation, So, I reached out to a few of my colleagues and brothers that I'm close with and sisters that I'm close with. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start doing interviews, and I'm gonna take this serious. I'm gonna really start doing interviews. And if you go back to my first episode, you can see that I was really green. I was really green. But as the time progressed, I think I got better at it. And the artists that came, they blessed the studio, some big names, and I had Ed Mabry, one of the greatest spoken word artists as far as competition is concerned that we've known. He's decorated. Slangston Hughes out of Baltimore. Have you ever heard of him? Yeah. Phenomenal artist, man. It's my brother right there. Phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Had the legendary Georgia Me, Tony Award winner.
I love her.
Come through the studio, man. So it's been a blessing. But I love the artists, the many artists such as yourself that come back and do these interviews, become that beacon of inspiration for other artists that's out there that's aspiring to do what we do. And you are amazing, Queen, like for real. And I don't say that lightly. I don't give these kudos and accolades to just anybody. I'm really serious about my poetry. And certain artists really touch me. They really touch me with their words because I know it's coming from a real place. And I just want you to know that you're phenomenal. I really do think that. I really do think that you are a phenomenal artist. I noticed that from when I first heard you, and then every piece after that, you just solidified it. Like, yo, she's the shit. Like, I don't know why she's not everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But in due time. And I want us to support each other. Like, these artists that I bring to the platform from week to week, we have to support these artists in order to continue to do what they do. Support the artists. Go out and buy a book. If you can't buy a book, try to donate to their a fund that they have or something, or if you can't do that, if you can't monetarily contribute to something that an artist got going on, you can always just share their work, which is the biggest asset that you can do, for a artist that's trying to get known, is share their work. Tell a friend to tell a friend about it, share it to your page, or make a comment, just just be active in getting work like this out, because there's so much negativity out there. There's so much music out there, that's just worthless. And when I say worthless, I'm not talking about the artistry of it. I'm talking about the message in it. The message that's causing our youth to just go out and just do crazy things, have these crazy, weird ideals and hang-ups. We need positive, things on the radio. We need positive sounds, affirmations coming back to us, edifying us, man. It's very important that you support an artist. There's so many out there, support an artist. You got a Kindle account, the artist got a book, go get that book. You know what I mean? Like, do what you can. But I definitely want to thank you, Miss Lati D Shay, for coming through and chilling with us for this little time. But it ain't over for you yet. I'm gonna hold you hostage a little bit longer. You got another piece for us. You got another piece. And Absolutely. I'm gonna go back, and sit in my chair and be the fan that I am right now, because this is privilege. I'm not even working right now. This is not even considered work. This is honor right here. So coming back to the stage, let's give a warm welcome for the incomparable, legendary Lati D Shay.
Where does a butterfly go to die? It's usually on the shoulder of a black girl's skin, as she tattoos her freedom on the walls of her prison, and she stitches strength across the scars left behind from the war on her soul. Have you ever seen a black girl break her wings in half just to fit inside the constructs of a society where cocoons are more like coffins and gods compare themselves to mere humans? As they spool mediocrity into beautiful empty shells just to impersonate acceptance, because they never met a morphed self, so they catapult pillars of destruction into their chances of change, only to remain bound to earthly heights like a moth to a flame, attracted to its own death, but unable to escape self long enough to transform into eternity. Lingering within the low vibrations of humanity's imperfections, crawling into the tight spaces that shapeshift trauma into digestible habits just to have it change with an imitation of growth while pretending that they are healing, compacting themselves and their potential inside the power of fear, passing opportune times to grow into the resting of night's moon. So they never get to experience the beauty of a flower from the sights above, because from below it resembles the tower of impossible, stuck in the mindset of maggot where bullshit flies and toxicity exists in nature, and tears taste like sweet nectar of negligence and torn wings. They never regenerate their power of flight, and healing is never photosynthesized, and therefore growth is uncomfortable and change is never chance. So transformation, baby, it resembles death. But black girl, be the god beneath your skin, and remove those butterflies from your shoulder and place them in the pit of your stomach to feel the flutters of joy from within, while sitting in your cocoon of reflections, letting transparency be your wings and transformation be your freedom, because there, baby, there and only there is where the beautiful black butterflies, it will finally get a chance to live. Poem.
God. Oh my God, man. Oh man. This is what I be talking about, man. You said black girl be the god underneath your skin. Mm-hmm. Damn, man. What a motivation, If we knew, I think a lot of our troubles with one another is that we don't know. We don't know our true value.
Absolutely.
We don't know our true worth. And it's so important for us to see value in each other, to see value. Poems like this is like really giving that inspiration for us to look into the mirror and see greatness. Why is it so hard for us to see greatness? When we see each other, why do we see disdain? Malcolm said back in, I think it was in the 60s, in the early 60s, Malcolm said, who taught you to hate like this? Said, who taught you to hate like this, to hate your skin? It's something that when we see each other, when we automatically see competition, or we automatically see, or feel some type of threat with one another, that means that's something wrong. Somebody is systematically trying to pin us against one another. And we gotta definitely like pay mind to it, but this poem right here, man, is giving us that inspiration, like, know who you are. And if you know who you are, you're gonna operate differently. When they teach us, they say that they treat us like bitches and hoes, niggas and dogs. I did this poem, it's called New Nigga, but it got a song in the poem. But I said they turned gods to niggas and niggas to gods. Forgot who they are, that's why they run so hard, these new niggas. And it's crazy. But this right here, this poem right here, what's the name of this poem?
Butterflies.
Butterflies. And you go through the whole process, the transition, the transformation, the necessary anguish or pain or struggle you gotta go through to become that beautiful butterfly. We look at butterflies and we say, yo, they're beautiful. Look at that butterfly with all the colors on it. It look dope. But we don't know the process.
Right.
The process.
The transformation.
Yes.
They had to shed some old self to become their new self.
That's right. That's right. That's a dope ass metaphor. Like, you're dope, man. Like, you're dope. Now, do you got any audio projects coming out? Are you working on any audio projects?
Not yet, but hopefully soon. I'm looking into it now.
Yeah, man, we need you on Amazon and Spotify. I need to go, you know what I'm saying? I can go and look up Ebony the Goddess on Amazon.com. I want to be able to go look up Lati D Shay on Amazon.com and listen to your album, because I'll be playing Ebony joint out, man. I got that playlist be played out. I want
too, I love her.
Word, you know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? I want my library to be full. But you are amazing, Queen. You are amazing. And I want to talk to you before we get up out of here. You got a talk show. You got a poetry show that comes on, I believe it's Wednesday or Thursday. Which one is it?
It's Wednesday. Every first and third Wednesday of the month, we got Wordsmith Wednesdays.
Wordsmith Wednesdays. Now, if you a Lati D fan, if you a Lati D Shay fan like I am, you're going to be in the building. And when you get there, you know what I'm saying, make sure the reason that you're there, because you heard on Spoken Soul Sessions, Black told you to go out there and shout out Lati D Shay. I didn't even know you had a show over there before Black Ice put me on. And I was like, word? I was like, all right, I'm in the building. But y'all doing great things over there, and I love the platform over there. I love the platform.
Thank you.
You guys are very kind. You're very encouraging. I had a blast. I went over there and spit a piece over there, man. Y'all made me feel right at home, man. It's a beautiful environment. So every first and third Wednesday of every month.
With Our Inspiration and Analog Soul, those are my other co-hosts. They host with me. Every first and third Wednesday, come through. If you on Instagram, you can follow me at Lati, LATI_D_Shay, SHAY, and the flyer be posted there, and you can get the codes to join the studio.
That's right, man. Be in the building, man. Y'all got to get close to Lati, man, because this is the future right here, man. I just see big things, man. I see big things. You have a very big voice. Your voice is huge. You have a huge voice, and I mean huge in your content, in your subject matter. I think you're a contribution to this community. That you're writing this. You got the assignment. You know, you didn't mess it up. You know, I interviewed Baba Nagoma, man. Nagoma Hill he's a legend. You know, he's a legend in this poetry game, man. And he said something to me that stuck with me. He was like, man, he said, I don't write to entertain you. You know what I'm saying? I write to get this message out. I write. Now, if it's entertaining, then that's a plus. If it's entertaining, that's a plus. But that's not my aim when I pick up this pen. I want to teach you. I want to educate you. I want to make you aware. And I love the way you make us aware. You do it in a beautiful way, in a beautiful cadence. And it's art what you do. What you do is art, and you should be celebrated. I'm so happy that you did win the National Spoken Word Award. I really believe you deserved it. And I just see great things happening for you, Lati, for real, man. Because I really resonate with your voice, and your subject matter is just off the chain, man. Now I'm gonna get into that book. I'm gonna go grab that book, man, and I'm gonna let you know about, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. I'll be into the plot and all that.
Give it to me. Give me the real on it.
Yeah, real rap.
I gotta go back and read it myself again.
Real rap. I'm gonna be like, yo, look, Lati, I just read the book. I'm gonna let you know if I was engaged or not. I'll let you know. I'm gonna keep it tall with you, for real. But it was my pleasure to have you on the show. This was a beautiful interview. I didn't want to look at this as work. This was just me enjoying myself right here, man. There's so much going on for you. Your new book is out. You know, I want you guys to go really support this sister, man. Really support this queen, man. She's a beautiful woman. She's a beautiful mother. She's a wonderful, fantastic spoken word performance artist. You know, check her resume out, man. And y'all go out and y'all support this sister, man, for real, man. She's beautiful, for real. I want to thank you for coming to the studio. Now, you want to tell people anything before we get up out of here?
Write the poetry. Don't let the poetry write you.
Wise words. Write the poetry. Don't let the poetry write you. Wise words. I want to thank you, Lati, man. You're an amazing person, man. You're an amazing, beautiful woman. And I really appreciate you coming, taking this time. It's late night, too. And you took the time to come chill with Black. And I really appreciate it, man. I thank you. I really do thank you. But
absolutely. Thank you for having me. It's been amazing.
Most definite. Anytime you got carte blanche, like you get the, you know what I'm saying? You can come back again. You know what I'm saying? You got the invite. You can come back again. Because I'll be doing panel discussions, and where I get different artists to come together and we talk about issues that's plaguing our community. I definitely want to have you back on that. But anytime you want, you can come out with a new poem, just a new poem, and say, yo, Black, I just wrote this new poem, and I wanna debut it on the Spoken Soul Sessions show. And I'm booking you. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Cool. You know, it's real love. It's real love, Queen. But I definitely thank you for coming through. But this is the time where I gotta address my audience. So if you can hear the sound of my voice, I need you to tune in. I need you to tune in. If you can hear the sound of my voice, I need you to connect with this energy. If you can hear the sound of my voice, I got a powerful message I gotta give you. Tune in. I hope you remain on your path. I hope you never allow anyone or anything to impede your progress. There's obstacles to overcome, and we're at work. And I want you to know, if you don't know anything about me, I want you to know that I love you. And I hope you love me too. Peace.